rezone for Triangle Investment Group. Cameron, you want to give us background?
Sure.
Can you bring up the map?
Pull it up for you guys here. So this is the Triangle Investment is Mr. Tim Siegel and Neil Clem, who are both present. They're requesting the zoning be changed to I-1 industrial. It's currently ag. I believe it was this year or last year we've done one, we've done two now. So this is kind of the property next to that, and I'll let them explain the reasoning. Was properly advertised in the comment, and all publication requirements were met. So they're here to speak on behalf of Triangle Investment.
Neil, Tim, you guys want to come up?
Get this thing zoned in.
Tim Siegel. Actually, it should be I-2, I believe.
What's that?
It should be I-2 instead of I-1. I think you said I-1.
It shows I do.
It shows the lines. Okay.
The application
Okay,
says
yep.
I do.
I have I-2 on my sheet.
Yep, I was reading the staff report, so we'll change that. Yep, you're right, we got it.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it's just, I'm just doing future business expansions. So, people are trying to sell land to me, so I've been buying it. So, hopefully this is the last chunk, but yeah, it's just all for future expansion. And, I don't know if there's any other questions that anybody has, or.
So eventually this will all be part of the original.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing is it's all sand and gravel. It's nothing. I know the first piece that I bought, there was a guy wanted to make sure I wasn't doing a hog barn. I'm not doing any hog barns, nothing like that. It's all just sand and gravel.
Any other questions from the board? Okay. What?
Public comment.
Yeah. I'll open up, it's 6:05, we'll open up for public comments. Any comments from the second row?
How deep would you be going to? I'm Marcia Jerome, we're a neighbor
Okay.
to your operation.
My property, the water table is like 90 feet down. I mean, I'm not pumping any water down the streams or anything like that. It's all self-contained. So,
So what you're saying, you'd eventually, in that property that's in question, you would be digging gravel, you would be coming across that as well?
eventually. I
Where
do.
you bought those Maxwell's.
Right. Yep. About all that, so.
So like 20 years ago. So I know they've been digging in that.
25, 30.
What, in the future, I didn't.
Yeah, 25 to 30 years is by the time I'll hit that triangle property. So,
And that would be, I'm Kathy Taylor, I live there,
yeah.
in that area. That would be the field that is behind us and between the other house, I assume.
Like right, where do you live at?
I'm the first house on the left as you're coming down the road.
200 north.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so there's actually 10-acre strip that I'm leaving right on 200.
Okay, in between the two houses.
Yeah,
So-
and so I'm gonna leave that all wooded and secluded, and it'll be behind that. So
Up to our property line.
It's not wooded now.
Yeah, it's just plain common ground right now, but
We live
we live on that dirt gravel road.
on 200.
okay, you're talking on the south side.
Right here, I got it highlighted for you there.
There's three houses on the road. We're on the left-hand side of the road.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we live across from them in the farmhouse.
So here's the back of the pit here. I can zoom out a little bit for you to give you a little bit of idea.
Yeah, I mean, we're not trying to disturb anybody or anything like that. So, if there's any problems or whatever, just let me know. And
This is you right here, correct? Back here on the. This is you guys right here.
Yeah.
Yep. Zoom out.
Jeff?
No,
I can't tell.
This is the front of the
yes,
pit,
that is it, yeah. There's the back, yeah.
and this is the back. So this is
Where's the road?
right here.
Right there.
That's 200.
Yeah, that's 200.
Yeah, that's Taylor's right there on the right,
Yeah.
the north side.
Yep. This is Google Earth here. So that's the area they're talking about. So if I zoom out here, that's their house there. And that's
So
it.
where would the 10 acres be?
that'd be on the north side on 250.
Oh, that's behind us.
Oh, that's on the other road.
It's
Yeah,
on
we're on
250,
the
yeah.
gravel road, so you're gonna come up in between our two houses?
I don't have my whole mining plan set up completely, but
What's this gonna do to our property value? Take it way down? Should we
I
prepare now?
wouldn't think so. I mean,
If this goes through and we wanna sell, do we have to disclose this to the new buyer? That it's not gonna be farm ground behind you anymore?
it's
Who's gonna wanna buy it?
it's gonna be farm ground for a while. I mean,
I mean, you say that, but how do we know? Tomorrow could be 5 years.
Tonight's meeting is just going, it won't be a final approval. Tonight's meeting will be a recommendation to the county commissioners. So that's what this board will convey to the commissioners on the September meeting, so.
I'm Scott Dura, Marcia's husband. We live on that property there. Just want to know, I mean, the idea that you have that there and you think that eventually you're going to do your work there, what are you going to do with the equipment? I mean, if that equipment's going to run up and down that gravel road with big trucks, different things, I mean, you're not really giving us your time frame. You're saying way out there that it doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to be that time frame.
right.
And I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do the situation? You know, we're living there now. If something happens to the water table that are you going to be liable for?
I mean, I'm not allowed to go on the county roads with my equipment. Everything will be on site all the time. But I'm starting off with the Maxwell property. So I got the Maxwell property, and then I'm trying to get the Triangle property zoned.
Yeah, I know, but you say that, but then you've had it logged out. We've had those logging trucks that have been there.
Which
and
created a lot of dust, and I'm
they-
sorry for that.
Not just the dust, just the stuff they left on the roads and the ruts
Yeah.
and everything like that too. And I mean, what's going to keep that from happening? You know, we're-
I want to give a timeline. So how long has Siegel's gravel pit been there?
1969,
And so it's on 80 acres, it's been there since 1969. So how many years is that? That's 60 years.
64 years.
54 years.
So
54.
based on that, there's 80 more acres to mine first before they get close to their house. So like, and we're looking at a timeline, like if Siegel's has had that gravel pit for 60 years, how long will it take to get to the other 80 acres that's around their house?
Yeah, but you say that, but at the same time, we have children, we have grandchildren who eventually will be affected by that. So you have to take in that stuff into consideration and stuff too.
I live right on the gravel pit. I mean, it's right on the gravel pit. I have children, 3 children, young children. They outside play, they go back there. I saw them log it and everything. They log right up to my property line. Haven't had any problems. I have dump trucks that come in by my house all day long. I don't have any problems with anything that's happening at Siegel's gravel pit. Siegel's has been nothing but positive neighbors the entire 12 years that we've lived there.
You chose to buy that property?
Yeah.
We've lived there 31 years in peace and quiet. We did not expect this, so we're trying to absorb it all.
Well,
Okay.
the trucks will come in off of 250 North, because the scale house is off of 250 North. So the trucks will not have to go on 200 North to get out of there. They will go down in the pit, and they will go on the backside of the pit, where they mine off of Maxwell's, and then they will get on 250 North, because the scale house is up on 250 North, so then they'll have to go up there and go off of 250 North. So I seriously doubt you would see a truck.
I mean, we might not see the truck, but we're gonna have the noise, we're gonna have the dust. There's a lot of.
I'm telling you right now, I don't have any problem with them. I live right on the backside of it, and there is no noise.
I know where
There
you
is no
live.
noise and there is no dust,
Like I said,
except for when it gets really dry out.
You chose to buy that property. We chose to buy peace and quiet.
And I'm trying to alleviate your concerns that I don't think it's going to be as bad as you think it is.
The only noise you should have is during the day. I mean,
I work at home during the day.
oh, okay. I mean, like nighttime, we don't run at
Nighttime,
night.
I like to sleep.
Except for when we was building the Hoosier Heartland. But
Yeah, I work for Purdue out of my home, so, you know, I gotta have some peace and quiet.
Yeah.
So you're gonna mine the area where you bought from Maxwell's
yeah.
where the woods?
Well, and then also I bought the Duke's property, which is south of there.
So I'll highlight it here for you guys to see.
We know.
Okay, yeah, so
I'm gonna start with the Maxwell property as of right now. So,
Right away.
I don't know if I'll get to it this year, but probably next year.
But Tim, how many acres is, like, it's small acreage per year? Just starts digging.
It's like
in.
2, I probably go through 2 to 3 acres a year. I mean, it's gonna be a slow process. So,
And Maxwell is 80 acres, that's 40 years on 80 acres.
yeah. And that's at the rate I'm going right now. So,
Moving on, third row, any public comments from the third row?
I'm sorry?
Third row, fourth row, is there any public comments? Okay. Moving on to, I'm going to close public comments at 6:15. Do I have a motion from the board? What's your motion? You gotta make a motion.
call me with any problems or whatever.
I
I want to take care
Oh,
of
no,
it.
I already closed it, we don't need that.
I moved for a favorable recommendation to the
Good chance.
commissioners.
There's been a motion on the floor to make a favorable recommendation to the county commissioners by Jordan. Do I have a second? Kevin seconds.
I'm truly sorry. It's just-
I know.
All right,
it's
we'll
business. We
vote
just-
on it. Is there, all those in favor of the motion to make a favorable recommendation, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Do they have to do the?
Okay, moving on. We got Tanner Watson.
No, this goes to the
Variance.
commissioners. They have to do the- No, not on a rezone.
not for rezone, just
Not
variance
rezone.
and special exception.
Only, yeah.
Cameron will give us an overview on this one.
Yep. So, we've had a few of these in years past where homeowners have tried to purchase a home. Title companies today are doing their homework a lot better than they did in years past and now discovering that there's a different zoning than what was thought. So this is another one of those. This just happens to be right outside of town here by Anderson's, which Donnie and I checked the maps, was subsequently zoned industrial as well, for obvious reasons with Anderson's out there. The home that Mr. Watson has a purchase agreement to build was within that area. Mr. Jack Ray has lived there, I think, his entire life and is now selling it. So in order for Tanner to get the financing, kind of like the one in Burlington we had and the other ones, it's got to be rezoned to ag to get the finance. So that's, unfortunately, we had to do this, and Tanner's been patient with us to get this tonight to be heard, and really that's the gist of it. They have a purchase agreement. I have it in front of me, so after final approval, if you guys approve, the commissioners will hear it, and then hopefully he can get to the bank and enjoy his first home, first home. So that's really, there's no other reason for it other than it was chunked off.
When they originally did that area, did they just do the whole, like a whole block and just everybody was in it?
Big chunk of it, yep. So the original zoning maps don't have parcels on them. They just have a big area.
So the one we did a couple years ago along the tracks there, that didn't include any homes though, did it?
No, that was on the other side of the 218. So this one, I'll show you guys here, is right there. So there's two parcels. This is the old 218 right here. These two parcels right here, I'll take the zoning off for you. It's been there for many years. So unfortunately, it was zoned differently than the bank wanted, but here we are today. So obviously, there's been a house there since 1940.
Wow.
So it's not a new build, it's not a new anything other than it's going to be an exchange of owners, and that's it. So
that's the corner there by the woods.
this is 218 right here. You come in off at, this is Anderson Drive. There's this little cul-de-sac road here, and that's, this house has been there for.
Now, what about the people across the road? Are they also in the same predicament?
No, just this is all ag,
Okay.
because we rezoned this to I-2.
I was just thinking the house across the driveway there.
That one is,
So at some point, if they.
that's already ag.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yep. So he's just in a spot where we need to get it changed to where they can do it's built, it's been there since, I believe, 1940 something, so. That's the gist of it. There's no other reason for the rezone than for new ownership, so. And Mr. Watson is here if you guys have any questions for him, but that's pretty much all of it.
Anybody have any questions for Tanner? Because this is pretty cut and dried.
No.
Any public comments? I'll open up for public comments at 6:20. Any public comments at all regarding this rezone? I'll close the public comments at 6:20. I will now entertain motion for this.
Rezone from, was it I-1?
Yeah, go ahead.
I-2?
Yeah, it's going from I-2 industrial to ag.
So moved.
We have to give a favorable or.
Favorable
Oh,
motion.
Favorable motion to the commissioners for the rezone.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Thanks for coming, Tanner.
Thank you, guys.
I will get with you tomorrow and get, kind of spell everything out for the commissioners, which I'll get you that date and all that, so. Okay?
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Tanner.
Good to know.
Jordan. Okay. Sorry. Cameron, you want to go over the Hoosier overland proposal?
So the Hoosier Heartland, obviously we have an overlay, which was put in, okay, this one might look like, but anyway, so anytime someone wants to build out there, it's supposed to go in front of the board, regardless of if it's development or really anything that's within that area. So we have a couple local businesses that are interested in moving their locations within the overlay. They're not retail. They're not anything that's going to bring the public to the grounds. They're basically just going to replant their business there, which that's what we want, right? We want the business to have a good location, and we have two of them tonight that's have opportunities to do that, so I just had them both do it tonight. The ordinance says that they basically just have to present it to you guys what they're wanting to do, and if they're doing retail or something like Potter's, it was something different.
Calico.
Potter, yeah, Calico, it's Potter or something now. Where the public actually goes to their facility and shops and pays money and all that. That's not what this is. This is basically their business is gonna be there, their equipment's there, they're gonna operate out of the parcel. So we have two of them. So they're both here for this, and I don't know which one that we have first. Yep. So we don't have an order, so whichever one of you guys wants to go first, Mr. Kane, if you, yep.
Come on up and introduce yourself and give us an overview of what you want to do.
Actually, just zoom right over, it's right across the road.
I'm Perry Kane, and we operate a little order fulfillment deal where we put package stuff, you know. We don't fill the packages come in already full. We just put it in place and get order to the different orders and wrap it and ship it out. And we don't sell any product out of our location or anything. We just do this for a customer of ours. And we've been renting places and keep having to move to different ones because bigger places come in and expand and take our area away from us. So we'd like to just build a building and just have it's a family-owned business. And, so,
You got what, 2 semis?
yeah, I got 4.
Well,
Yeah,
our trucking company will not be running out of
Yeah,
that facility.
just storage.
It's just our order
It'll
fulfillment.
bring product in, but we won't be maintaining our equipment, stuff like that there. You just bring the product in and we have one that delivers it. And then
And he's done some homework and got ahead of the game just to try to get things moving because of like you said, his lease is coming to an end, and the health department's been doing some things with them, and I think they're moving along with that. So again, it's just gonna be a post frame structure, and
Yeah.
really there's nothing there that's gonna be detrimental to the area. The traffic's gonna go right up 218 to the Heartland, so there's no houses out there along the. So
there's a pole barn on the other side of the road from it. Our
Yeah,
property.
red.
There, it's been there for years.
Yep.
That's all that's there. We thought that would be a good location that way. We're not bothered housing and stuff like that there.
And I've spoken to the state of Indiana, because when that road went through, when Heartland went through, they pieced and parted everything. We've dealt with that with the area plan as well. And there's still little chunks that the state owns, and he's spoken with the state on working through some things as far as ingress, egresses, which they're not gonna not allow. It's just, you have to go through the red tape with the state, so I think he's making progress with that as well. But again, it's just a building. It's not people shopping. It's not anything that's going to bring the public to the facility. So
Maybe we can get the state to put some lights up there now. Some more businesses out there.
So that's just down here.
Yeah, it's just down there, yeah.
To the east.
Yes.
My name is Jessie. Actually, it's my understanding that the state has given that sliver over to the county, actually, so that we can have our access drive.
okay, so if they did,
On
then
that
that's
curve right
And
there.
I've already contacted the county to get it.
okay.
I got the culvert delivered this morning, actually. They said to put it in. and
So
once
we'll
it's
just
in,
have
they
to
said they
change
would
that on
come
our
look
road
at it,
right
make
away
sure
stuff.
they're right.
What is that building zone catty corner to the property? Didn't that used to be a?
It used to be Red Pressler's welding shops.
It's
Saged.
zoned ag. This one here?
Yeah.
So that one should be ag. Yep. It's all ag. So it meets the ordinance states if it meets the criteria of the original zoning ordinance, of which this is ag, and this is something that's allowable in the ag district, that basically presents it to the board. And again, if this was a retail, we'd have to have plans, we'd have to have all kinds of things. So this is basically just a post frame structure, and the public will not be coming to the facility, so.
And our property's zoned industrial.
Which, are you guys up to, because I got 2, and again, this thing's chunked apart. Are you up
So
to
the one that's zoned industrial is where the building's going.
this one here?
Yes.
Okay. Tree line.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
So it works even better.
Yeah, so that's even better because
Yeah.
that fits under the industrial's got the widest variety for zoning. So this is allowed use under industrial as well, so. It's good that we got two local businesses that's wanting to keep their roots here in Carroll County and basically just get to a location that's better and that there's no traffic through, there's no houses along here, just an empty pole barn across the street, so.
Do we need to approve these separate?
Yes.
Um,
I don't think it requires a public hearing.
No, it's not a rezone or
No,
anything like that,
no.
it's
It's
just
just basically they want
Right.
to, they present it to you to make sure it meets the.
meets the requirements.
Right.
I have a motion. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the use on that parcel of the business we're going to do.
Okay, second. Doug seconds. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Is it gonna be Kane Trucking?
Me.
Tree line.
It'll state Tree Line Holdings on the,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Actually, the packaging company.
So we created Tree Line to purchase the property in the park, just to create a real estate holding company. Our warehousing or fulfillment company is actually gonna be rented off of ourselves essentially.
Okay.
To be placed in the building.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good structure.
So not trucking. Trucking will not be located there.
okay, so we'll just
I got
copy
a
what's
shop
on
in
the.
Brooklyn for my trucking.
Yeah, we keep that separate.
Okay, very good.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Chris Mullins with Hoosier Bag.
Lauren Mullins.
And literally just out to where they were at, right there at the old 218, just to the south of Whitman Pigs there. We are looking,
Right across from Bart.
yep. We are looking at buying, starting out with 5 acres with the agreement that we can buy everything up to Whitman in the future. So we're gonna buy out 5 of the 14 acres that are there. And we are going to move our facility from Camden to right there to make it smoother and easier for all of our employees, response times for our customers. So
Most of your employees live in Carroll County, right?
a good quality of them, yes.
And you got, what, 40 employees?
We're about 30.
Okay.
So we're looking at doing that. It's just going to be a standard pole barn building, post frame, that's going to house up to 14 trucks. And they will go in and out and just stay in there. We keep them inside the building so that they don't freeze in the wintertime, because they maintain water year round. So yeah, there's no customers, there's nothing there that would be going in and out. It's just for all of our employees, so.
So it'd be a pretty good sized building.
It's gonna be probably 140 foot long with a 40-foot office on the end of it, is the game plan. But it's going to be literally just high enough for 14-foot doors, and the roof will be as low as we can make it, if that makes sense. There's no point in heating a bunch of extra area that we don't need.
So you're gonna have several bays, or just gonna be all wide open? and
It's gonna
a
be
couple-
several bays, so
Okay.
each truck will have its own bay. That way they can come and go easily. And, because in the wintertime, heating bill kills you. When you open up a big 14-foot door, and you do it that many times in a day. So, that's the game plan. So, which is no different than what we got in Camden now. If you guys have gone out there through Camden, you've seen, we're out there at the old Select Seeds. There's a trucking company in front of us, but we've got all the big doors out there, and we got neighbors. They don't even realize we're there. We're just in and out quick. We maintain everything pretty well over there.
Again, the trucks are gonna go out and hit 218 and straight up to the Heartland. So it's literally 30 seconds from where they need to get going, most of their start days for the week, because Heartland is a big thing for Carroll County, and it's good to be able just to jump right on it and go, so. I don't have this line exactly where it is, but this is Wickman Pit here, so.
Okay.
This is all just field.
Yeah, so I mean, the trucks will literally come in and out off the main exit right there and then turn to the south, and we'll have an entrance at the far south side of the entry, or where the old 218 went across. We'll be right next to the old 218 highway that was originally there. There's still a hump, but the entrance will be right there by that for the trucks. And then the office ladies will have an entrance at the other side that they'll go in and out of.
So it'll be separate.
Yeah, the cars go in one side with asphalt, and the trucks will be on the other side with gravel.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion for this project.
I'll make a motion to approve the use.
Got a motion?
Second.
Gordon seconds. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Chris. Airman, your report?
So for July, we had, year-to-date, we are up to 28 new homes, which is very good considering the market.
28 new homes for the year so far.
Yep, so 28. We only had one for July, which is in Clay Township, but 28 for this time of year is pretty darn good considering the rates and the market and all that. So very thrilled about that. We are up to 141 permits for the year. We had 16 site visits. We did 8 compliances, 3 new addresses, 10 property splits, and we had 1 variance request last month. So this year has been exceptionally busy with stuff coming into the office and petitions and just a lot of questions as usual, with a little bit of everything, to be honest with you. So Gloria, like I say, always does a great job in there of keeping up, and Cindy as well, and we're moving right